Yeah, so I'm Kennie Roberts. I'm here at Telent as a network service apprentice, mainly involving doing work in the BT telephone exchanges, connecting people's phone lines and doing router work, so connecting Virgin routers so they can have their systems up and running. So we do a lot of work for companies such as Sky, Virgin, Vodafone. We're kind of the company in the background that kind of do their labouring work, you could say. So yeah, we provide them with extra customers to their phone lines. To do with the telent apprenticeship, I was actually told about it by my dad. But in terms of apprenticeship as a whole, this is my second apprenticeship I've done. The one I did before that was a teaching apprenticeship, and I found out on that through Indeed. So I was just searching on stuff like Job Rapido, Indeed, LinkedIn, seeing all the different types of apprenticeships or jobs that were available. But the telent one, I was informed about it by my dad. So then I just went into doing the research and then went through the application process and then went through the different stages until I ended up getting the role. So in secondary school, I really was not that fond of IT. Didn't really understand any of it. Didn't really take an interest into it. Mainly because I only wanted to go down the sport role, so I went to college and did a 2-year level 3 diploma in sports performance and excellence, which covered all areas within sport, from coaching to the science to the massaging. So I covered everything to do with sport, which then led me to doing a teaching apprenticeship, which then I was able to be a primary school PE teacher for 3.5 years. And then just as time started to go on, I kind of wanted a more long-term career with more of a progression, whereas being in the primary school I would have been stuck just as a primary school PE teacher, because it wasn't like a university degree where I could maybe go to secondary school or further. So that is what led me to then start looking at other avenues and other careers. And even though in school I really wasn't that interested in IT, I think that played a big part in being so interested in telent, because it was stuff that I completely ignored when I was going through school. So I just wanted to almost catch up and also just learn something completely new and just kind of challenge myself, really, because I'd only ever really been good and interested in all sports. So to come out of my comfort zone, it was more of a test to see what I can do and how far maybe I could go. Now I'm really enjoying it. I mean, feel it like being a part of such a big company that do push apprentices to really excel and take the opportunity as far as you want to take it. At the start, I'm not gonna be honest, the first month or so was, I wouldn't so much say overwhelming, but it was a bit of a lot to take in, especially when we was having like our first college lessons and we'd be learning about IT stuff, and even just the simple bits that the tutor would be talking about, the others would know what they was talking about and I'd be sat there with no idea. So I think the first month or two kind of started to question myself and whether this is the right thing to do. They give you extra like PowerPoints, the lessons that they go through. So I think sticking with it and being able to have the lessons but also go back to the actual job role and put it into practice, it settled me down a lot. And I think after the first couple of like practice exams that I would have done using different like web servers and websites, it kind of made me start to think, okay, I'm starting to take more in than I maybe realised. And yeah, the more I can actually physically do what I'm being taught, for me being like more of a productive hands-on learner, I struggle when it comes to just reading or being told something. I need to actually physically do it. Like lessons which is done over like a online training classroom, which we're told about the topic that we're learning, but then away from that we have to do like our self-study or revision to then prepare for the exam. But in one incident I was meant to be attempting to do my business processes exam, but it had been a long time since I'd done the lessons for it. So trying to do self-revision, like I said, I struggle with it. I can't just sit and read something off a screen. So at that point I then asked one of the tutors, Niall, if he could provide any extra resources or any support. So I was able to get sent over the PowerPoint lessons, so I was able to see everything that we was gone through on the classroom. So I was able to go through notes and actually see the diagrams that would have been explained, where beforehand I was having to try and remember it.